Alright, how's it going, guys? We're back, and we just had a mining music the other day, and I went and got us a bunch of nitrate. There were 2 bedrock niter veins that I had found, and I mined them both up. And I got it all processed, but I realized, well, I'm working on processing it up. I think this is actually finally done with the nitrate. We still have, looks like we are done with the nitrate. Okay, so nitrate has been processed. We have it all downstairs. I did have it going into this centrifuge here, and then realized when I looked at it and seen how slow it was moving that I was wasting a whole lot of power. So I'm upgrading this centrifuge so it can run, because niter to sodium and potassium nitrate only needs 28, and I had it going to all the rest of them with the rest of them, which needs 42, which actually, if they need 42, I need to check that. They should be going to this one as well. But we're going to go ahead and do a bit of a test here. So I'm going to look at my recording time here. I'm going to drop this in and go. That's at 8 seconds. It took 2 of them. And 9, 10, 11. That was approximately 12 seconds for 2 of them. So now we're going to do it again over here. We're going to say approximately 12 seconds. We're going to pop this in. That was at 40, and it's doing 4 of them. So it's doing twice as many of them. And this is a titanium engine. We're now at 60, so that's 20 seconds. Okay, that looks like about 26 seconds it took to do that. So, titanium engine, diesel engine, that is running at 128. This is a Invar, which is 64, so that's exactly half the power. And we did 2 of them in 12 seconds, and we did 4 of them in 22 seconds. So, roughly the same amount of time, give or take a couple seconds, to do both of them. So we could run 4 of them in here, running at slower power for the same amount of time we run it over here that's taking twice the power. Because remember, this is 128, so 128 times the 24 seconds, if that's, you got to get the right thing. But that's going to be way more power, because it's taking twice as much per second in power than this. And it's doing it the same amount of time. So, if anybody can prove me wrong, please do. But I say we are switching this over to run on this one instead. So what we're going to do is, and I need this for a couple things here. We're going to make a filter, which we've already set some of them up before, but we're going to set some up today as well. We're going to be making 2 filter blocks. We used these for the fluorite a while back. And we're going to need a regular galvanized casing, 2 item filters, and 2 electrum pipes. Now, another reason why I wanted to change that over is I have right here galvanized steel. And galvanized steel, if you put it in a crucible, turns into steel. The zinc burns off because of the temperature you have to get the galvanized steel to turn into, well, steel. The melting point is 1910, where zinc is way lower. But we can, in fact, centrifuge this at 140, and we're doing only 128, right? That is what I said. So we could save the zinc if we upgraded our diesel engine from titanium to tungsten steel. But I'm not doing that. I really don't care for that much zinc. We're getting zinc. So I'm just throwing that in there. And we're going to turn this into plates. And just let that zinc melt off. And you'll notice I am in my bee suit. Buzz, buzz. That is because I went out and checked on my bees randomly, and we have cultivated. So I now have cultivated princess and 5 cultivated drones. That's the only ones I have. I have been messing around with them a bit. I moved some commons around. Hopefully I can get them to go up to cultivated for me so I can have more than one princess. But I also moved my hive that had the cultivated in it out here to the beach, because we are now working on water bees. So we now have surfing bees out here, which, if you're somebody that likes to play without a drain, these are great, because you can actually centrifuge these for an entire bucket of water. But I am trying to get them to upgrade to the same level as the cultivated, so I can try to breed the cultivated with those and get whatever the advanced bee is, which will give me an advanced comb that I can then use to make the advanced bumble hive, bumbleberry, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so while that gets smelted down, I'm going to go ahead and make myself 2 of these blocks. Throw all that out, because I have plenty of steel already. We just need 12 here. And that. There we go. And for this, I'll just throw it out and I'll clean out the table later. And hey, look, it's done and heated up. Well, it can sit there and get out what it can, and I'll turn it back on later. Alright, so we need the item filter, which is this one. So stick this in our blueprint. And we have covers. We only have 2, which is a problem. I'll have to make some more, but we also need some foil because we're short on that. Alright, so there's the 2 we need for the one we're trying to make. Stick that over there. Stick this one in here, and we need aluminum plate and aluminum screw. We have aluminum plates. We have aluminum rods. Do we have aluminum screws? No. So we'll just take these and whack them up here. Cut them down. And we'll whack them back in there again. Cut them down again. And then we can lathe them into our screws, which it's aluminum, so it's really quick. Alright, so now I can make some more covers, and these actually have to be in the table. It will not pull from my inventory. Okay, let's shift click so we don't get all that noise. Really wish Greg would fix that. That is really annoying. Alright, so now we can take that one out. Go ahead and clear that. Put this back in, and we can pull out 2 more. And we can pull this back. And I do believe I have electrum pipes, which I do. So now we need, oh yeah, clear the recipe grid. We need that, that. I think it's like that. And then this, and there's our item filter. And we need 2 of them, because there are 2 things I need to get set up with these. One is we're going to filter off what needs to go into the bronze centrifuge from what's coming up that pipe. So right now we have this pipe right here, and we're going to remove that, and we're going to put our filter right there, and it's going to extend this pipe. So the input is, no, wait a minute. Let me think about this. We're going to filter off. We can't do that like that. You know you can't do that like that. What are you thinking? We need to, because the filter can't go 2 different directions. We need to actually put the filter here. And then we can have it come off of that pipe, which it is. Secondary pipe is the other direction, which we do not care about. And then we can tell this that we want the niter in here. So then, no. Why do you think primary face was going that way? Primary face is going this way, because that is where the pipe is going to be. I'll get this right. Trust me. Alright, pipe is there. That's what's going to be filtered. So we're going to go there. So it's going to come in there. It's going to go through there. It's going to come out there. So now, and I also need to, well, first off, get rid of this. And we need to get the output from here up to here. And we also need to get this pipe to there. So that means we need to get rid of this one for the moment, because we need to have both of these outputs go to there, but we also need this to be able to input into there. And because that is a longer distance than what it has to go through for that filter, there should be no reason why it won't go through there. So let's go see how that works. By actually using the elevator, not missing. So now we just do that. And I'm going to let it do just a little bit to make sure. Okay. See, it goes nice and slow because it's doing one set, because that pipe only has one bandwidth. So now this should be turned off and this should be running. Beautiful. All right, so that works. And we should never get any excess coming through there. I'll try to give you a much better explanation. Give me just a second so I can get my brain engaged. Alright, so we can do this like that. And then this one is going to have to come out of here and either go up right there or connect right here, and I'll just go up right there. Okay, pipe is one bandwidth, which means it can have one stack. The hopper is set to exact size of 2. Emit divisible stack size of 2. So it is only going to let a full stack go through at a time. So therefore, we don't have to worry about it dumping multiple stacks through there, because the pipe can only handle one stack at a time. So it's taking, well, it should be taking a stack out, but it's only taking 2. Because this is not on exact. It's divisible, so I'm not quite sure why it's only pulling 2 at a time. But it's what it's doing. And because of that, it works. Either way, it's still not going to do more than one stack at a time. So we're not going to end up with any of them bypassing and going to this pipe. Alright, so let me go and grab some more pipes. I think I need to make some more brass pipes, because I am running right the hell out of brass pipes. And I don't have any in there. Do we have any brass laying around? We do. So let's just get 9. And yeah, I might as well use these 2. I don't really need all this brass laying around, so we'll just make it all into pipes. That is a small pipe. That's not going to work. We need normal, and I hate that that can go on either side. That is really annoying when it does that. Alright, so give me one more. Thank you. Now you can get finished up with what you're doing. And I can go finish this project up. So you need to go there and there and connect there. So now everything else can go here. Now the other thing that I have this filter for is my crusher, because we have redstone here, and redstone when you run it through a crusher, gives you a 30% chance of a cinnabar gem. And so I want to set this to filter out the gem. But we actually aren't going to use the filter for that, because there is actually, if we look at filters, there is a ORDIC prefix filter. This is what we're going to make for that, and we'll deal with that later. But what we're actually going to use it for is we're going to be setting up the persulfates soon, and we need only specific things to go to this bath. We want to limit what goes into our sluice, and what we're going to be putting in this bath is going to be way less than what we're putting in the sluice, so we're going to filter off what needs to come down here with this block filter. And that just populated 17,800 recipes, so it lagged a bit. But we can actually, it would probably be easier to do this and look at it this way. And that's only 336 recipes, but it's also tiny's. So we need to basically look through this and decide, okay, what do we actually have? Like Aridite, that doesn't exist. We don't have Tinkers, none of that stupid shit in here. Aridite, no idea what that is. Doesn't matter. Azurite, this is going to give us Malachite. We don't need more Malachite, and we need something out of the Azurite that we get in the sluice, which is our hafnium. So we don't want to run that through there. We have Bromagnerite, which is going to give us Smithsonite, which is zinc. And, well, we don't want that either, because Bromagnerite, if we look at it in the sluice, is going to give us Pyrolusite, silver, chromite, and a chance at Smithsonite. We would much rather have the other three. They are way better. So we just need to basically go through this, and the ones that we're mainly going to be doing, I'll tell you right now, are Malachite. We can actually do it this way. If we look at this one, and we can find the one that actually gives, there we go, this one. So Malachite, when you run it through here, is going to give you copper. But if you run Malachite through a sluice, it's going to give you copper, brown limonite, calcite, azurite. Nothing we really want but copper. So that's a number one that's going to run through this bath. And there'll be other ones, and we'll discuss that when we get to that point. Mainly the ones I've been holding on to up here in this chest that aren't gems, like our stanite, our kesterite. Those will be running through there as well, and a few others. So that's what we're going to be using this other filter for, is filtering them off. So we'll be doing a video sometime early next week setting up this filter to go to our bath, and then we'll have our ORDIC filter here as well that will be getting the gems off of there and sending them over to the shredder. But that, I do believe, is going to be it for today. We've got this running nicely. I'm going to let this finish processing, and this is another thing we have to look at soon. It's been raining for like 3 days, so no solar. So this thing just sits here and runs. We need to hook this up to the actual power. But with that, we have 840 4 of the sodium and potassium nitrate, so we're going to be setting up nitric acid soon with those, so that's something else we'll be doing soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the bit of a rambly video today of weird things Bear needs to do around the factory. One thing I did want to bring to attention that was brought to my attention in the mining and music that I did not realize. One of the things that I was wanting the crystal processors for was so I could start messing around with reactors. Well, guess what? Greg has recently changed it to where you only need tier 5 or tier 6 circuits, not crystal circuits, for the reactor core. So we, while we're messing around in the acid room, can start processing up the, setting up the fluorite processing for uranium, go do a mining and music and get some uranium, and we can actually start playing with our reactor. And I want to show you guys, we have 5,000 neon, 5,000 helium, and 5,000 argon. Beautiful. And we are actually full on propane. Believe it or not. I'm walking on air. I never thought the day would come that I'd actually fill up on propane. So that means that it's probably about time to make a gas turbine to burn that off and make us power. Although I do believe... Oh no, we're using butane down here. So yeah, it is about time we set that up. And hey, look, we're actually going through lava again. I didn't even know this was on. Apparently, we are using lava power again because we must have ran out of helium. No. Ah, yes, we do not have enough hydrogen. We have actually ran out of hydrogen, amazingly. Now, question is, that's going down. That's not good. We're using too much power. Which is amazing, because I think the main thing we're using power for right now is out here. But that tells me it's time to go to EV. So, let's turn this bad boy off. We got 5,000. We're doing good for that. For making our things. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of things lined up that we need to get done. Making nitric acid, making aqua regia. We can start making dynamite soon. We need to upgrade to EV power. We need to make a gas turbine. All the fun things. So I will get to work on that kind of stuff and see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.